This in the CSS, Bootstrap, and HTML. So let me quickly set up the folder for this session. Week 5, practice at 11 a.m. section. And inside, I am going to make another folder that will be our Bootstrap files. Bootstrap files I want to add. And we can copy some Bootstrap files. I have already downloaded this, zip file from the internet, and you know where you can find it. I will show you again if you want. I will copy this Bootstrap file from there inside this Bootstrap folder. Okay. And then I also want to find the JavaScript file. And then remember that JavaScript file dot bundle, whether it is .min or .js, doesn't matter, but dot bundle. If you only using the bootstrap.js, for some reasons it is not working. That we have discovered in the last semester. Even this semester, someone has tell me that it is not working. It is not behaving as it should be. So make sure that you are using the bootstrap.bundle.js or .min.js. Okay. So that is one thing. And then let me open up, close this part specific file folder, which I have opened with the previous section. So I will open a folder, and that folder will be in my web development course in the lectures week 5, lab practice, and then week 11. So I selected that folder, select that folder, it open up. It does not have anything else, my bootstrap files. Nothing else is there. Okay, clear? Now I want to make a new file, which is the index.html file, our main file. You can say that main starting web page or the home page, something like that. And then shift 1, press enter. Now I just want to change this week 05 practice. Okay. If I just go back to my folder, now you can see that it show me that index.html file there. Why? Because we have created inside our Visual Studio Code. So I will just open it with my Chrome. So now you can see that it is open. There's nothing inside yet. So definitely it will not show me anything. And remember, we have this website, getbootstrap.com. So we go into the document file. So when we go into document file and then we click on this download button, so you can download that zip file which I show you earlier, that thing. You can download it for yourself and then you can use it. Number one thing, that's not clear. So let me put a few things inside our, here I just put h1, and then I say that our week 05 practice, and we are practicing the we are practicing our HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap knowledge. Okay, so if I just come back here and refresh it, it give me that thing. Is it clear? Yeah. So far, all good. Now, normally, even you see here, we have a navigation bar. In the PSU, we also have a navigation bar. It show me its logo, PSU logo. It also show me a Bootstrap logo. Look at that. When I bring my cursor here, it is doing some animation. You know, so when I hover, it's doing some animation. So let's see if we can do that. I want to do something like this. So first of all, we need these colors. Remember yesterday I told you we can find, so we have this specific add-on. It is a pick from web. It was different from the yesterday, but it is better. So I just go somewhere, wherever you want to go, which color you want. So accordingly you can select. I want this background color for this status bar or the navigation bar. Click on that. When I click on that, get, yeah, here it is. This color. color code. It's a hexadecimal code that we'll get it. We copy it from here, come back to my slide, and now what is this color? We want to change as we want to use it as a background of our the navigation bar. Yes. So what we need to do? Put it here. We can do, you remember, we can do that style here, and then we can say that maybe I can define a class nav bg, and then we can say something like the background color, and then I can paste that color. This style is inside, we call it internal styling, internal CSS. And why it is not a good idea? When you want to change something later. For example, we want to choose, we have 10 different websites or web pages in this, in 10 different web pages. For each one, I need to go and change if I want to change this background color. So this is not a good idea. So what I will do, I will just remove that part, and it's better that we use the external CSS file. So for the external CSS file, just like I put the bootstrap files inside the bootstrap folder, I put these styling files, CSS files inside a CSS folder. And here I create my style.css or styles.css. This name you can select. Doesn't matter what you are looking at. Dot CSS is something compulsory. Name is not that one, that important. Again, here I say dot nav background. I just give it a meaningful name, and then I not copy. I just first need to say background color, and then do that. Okay. So now I can use it anywhere. For example, I come down here inside my uh, I h1, and I say class nav bg. It is not necessary when we are defining a class. You can use it anywhere. Of course, we have defined a background color for the navigation bar, but yes, we can use it anywhere. No? Why? Linking problem. We are telling this HTML file does not know where that .navbar bg class exists because we have not defined it here. So we need to tell where is my file. So if I just try to say it automatically taking me to the CDN files, but I say CSS and then go to style. When I do that and refresh it, now you can see that. Of course, we need to change the color of the text as well so that it is more visible rather than the black, but we can apply that style to anyone. Again, I can put the things here as well. Class, navbg, same thing for the paragraph. Yeah, no problem. Is it clear? So we can use multiple places. So that's why one thing is that navigation bar background we styled it. Let me go back here. Why I so what I want to do here, that I want that my background color for the page, whole page, it should look like this one, this color. So again, I click on this one, pick from the web, this color, copy this thing, and now I can come back here. I say dot page bg, again background color this, and apply this on the body class page bg, intelligent, new software looking at, they are looking at your different style files that you are creating. So but need to make sure that this name should be exactly as this name without a dot. Dot is only to tell the CSS file that we are defining a class. Okay. So when I come back here and refresh my page, now you can see that the background is changed. So we are defining certain designs, and then we don't want that. Okay, let's see. I don't want this class for this one. Okay. Now, as I told you, we can go into the documentation of the Bootstrap and we want to add a navigation bar. So we say nav bar, enter. Look at that. It opened my nav bar. So now it show me different type of nav bars. One is this. This show me some links, some drop down menu. There's a disabled button here or disabled link here. We can also have a form where we can search something within this website. And this is the code. This is the code for this navigation bar. So I will copy this part and come back here. Now this navigation box should be right on the top inside the body. So we need to make sure it is our responsibility that we need to put it here. Control S. And why it is automatically this Visual Studio Code is automatically formatting that properly? Because I have this prettier. There's an extension, pretty, PRE. So this one, I have already installed it. So you can also install that prettier web. So then you need to go into some settings and change a few things that whenever you save it or whenever you copy paste a code, it will automatically format for you. All done. So that's why it is doing that things for me. Okay. So you can also do that in for you. So first thing that we need to understand, just like we apply this BG class from our CSS file, which we have defined. So here, these styles are actually coming from where it is coming? For they are coming from the Bootstrap files. Bootstrap file CSS, which we have copied in this folder here. So now what we need to do, if I just try to save it and refresh my page, you will see it is not what we are expecting that it will show me. Okay. We want to show something like this, not like this. So what is the problem? Again, Muhammad Saad, my favorite student, who can tell me why it is not showing me that style? Because look here, that navigation bar is looking like this, but I want that it should be like this, not like this. So there is something missing from my HTML file. What is that? No, this link is missing. We have tell our HTML file that you can find my styles in the CSS style folder, then css.cs styles.css file. But now we need to tell this HTML file where it can find the bootstrap styles. So we need to go into say link and then rel. Let me, is giving me the options. So I will just try to change that href only. Okay. And that I need to close it down. And then I say in my bootstrap folder, we have the bootstrap.css file. So when I do that and refresh my page, now you can see that it is showing me a proper nav bar rather than a list or something. Is it clear now? So we need to tell our HTML file control, control S. So look, whenever I do that, it automatically do the formatting for me. Control S. So that is the prettier extension. So we are telling our HTML file where you can find the bootstrap styles. And in this second one, we are telling that where you can find our style that we are defining. So we can link multiple CSS files to our page if we want to. Okay. The other thing, again, Abdullah Gobesh, do attention. When I click on that, we have a drop down menu. Yes. When I come here, and click on this one, nothing is happening. What are the reason? Your name is Abdullah Gopesh? I'm asking, I ask him to be attentive. Yes, Abdullah. We need to link it with the CSS file. The JavaScript file. This one, this JavaScript file. When I click on it, open. I don't want to click on it and open it. Okay. So even I click it, it is a JavaScript file. I can see it. So I need to connect with this thing. So for the JavaScript file, we don't use link. For JavaScript, we use script, and then we have a source. It is completing, auto completing the thing. But what we say bootstrap, and then we have a bootstrap dot bundle dot min dot js. So we need to select that file, not bootstrap.js file. Once I do that and I go back and refresh, of course we need to refresh the page, and then look, now my drop down menu is working. Is it clear now? Okay, few things. These styles, they are coming from the bootstrap.css file. Yes. No, this is a script, and that is a JavaScript. When we are linking with the JavaScript file, we don't use a link, we use a script. Okay. So these files are these design, what you can say, the styles are coming from the bootstrap. What we are doing, we are telling that this division is actually a navbar. Then we are telling that navbar expand dash large. So navbar dash expand mean it will try to fill the full page of the screen, width wise, not height wise. In terms of width, it will try to fill the full page. So that's why it is like that, covering the full page. If I remove that specific thing, then I refresh it. Now you can see that not covering the full page, and it also changed the things. So Control Z, you know, no, it's covering the full page, but it's changed the things from here to this one. Okay, now we have a background tertiary. This is the background. If I remove that thing and refresh it, now you can see that the background that we have applied for the full page, that becomes the background for this one. What we want a background that we have created here, this style, nav bg. So what I can do, I can come down here inside, and then I say, because we have already applied two classes, I put a space and say nav bg. Where is my, here? If I refresh it, now you can see that, because the h1 is also have the same background color, so that's why it is telling me something like this. And if I come back here, nav bg, okay, we will see, because the h1 also has the same background, so that's why we cannot differentiate between that. Okay, but what we can do, we can make a new style here, dot main head, main heading of the page, and then I say I want it to be put a margin from all side. From the top, I want to leave 50 pixels. On the right, I want to leave 0. And then on the left, I want to leave 40 pixels. And then from the, bottom. And then from the left side, I also want to leave 50 pixels. When I do that, and then apply this style on our h1. Where's the h1? It is right down there. Here we already applied this background color, and then now we say main head, two different classes. Refresh my page. Now you can see that it looks good or not. Right now we are not that concerned about that, but of course we want to make it more. So what we can say, that it's a main heading, so we can also say that the color, not column, color white so that it's more visible to me. I also put some padding, padding to the left, 30 pixels, padding from the top, 50 pixels, padding from the bottom, again 30 pixels. So we can define a style. Now we are defining in the style. It will automatically apply to the H1. Last time, we see that we have defined this style here. Okay. And now if I just try to make my what you can say that where is my navigation bar? So nav bar, if you look at that, this nav bar, this text is not that visible to me. And why? Because we changed the background color to the darker color. So what I can do here, again, there is a style that is called nav bar dash dark, not nav bad, nav bar. Navbar dash dark and refresh it. Now you can see it turns into a white color and it's more visible to us. We can also have a BG color. Remember BG dash dark, which has been defined inside the bootstrap. And if I do that, so now it has turned into a black color, dark color. Now let us see. This BG color is coming from this bootstrap file. Yes. And this nav bg color, this color, this one is coming from the css, and this one is coming from the our css. Normally what we say that if there's a conflict between two properties, the last one will be applied. So according to our calculation, this is the last one, bg color, but it is not being applied to our style. The reason is that we go into the bootstrap, control f, dot bg dash dark. And now if we look at that, we are also defining the background color, but here it has one thing here. It increase its preference level, it increases importance once it is that like that, and then we don't give this importance. So now they are not at the same preference level. This design that we have defined ourselves, that has a lower preference as compared to this design. That's why it is, even this design has this conflict, or the conflicting property has been defined later, but it is not being applied to our model or to our HTML. So what we can do, as it is not recommended that you go and change the things inside the bootstrap unless and until you are a very good, CSS designer or something. So being the student, I don't recommend that you go into the bootstrap and change the things. Rather than I come down here and make this one also at the same preference level. And once it is done, and now if I refresh my page, navbar, why not working? Anyway, so it say that not working. Let me see if I can refresh. No, same thing happening. Let me, because we are applying that later, so let me check. No, we are connecting everything. Bootstrap CSS, our CSS is later on. I will just try to change these script files linking also above. Okay, and then see what is happening over here. Embarrassing, huh? Not working. Did I make any? We are making some mistake here. Look, I put in, and once there's an error, now it is working. Okay, so that whole style is actually gone due to that error. Yeah, does it? Does I mean just like the HTML and CSS, they does not tell you that there's something wrong with that. They will not apply that style because there's something wrong. So that's annoying sometimes. I just try to go back here and then do the things here, put that again after, and refresh my page again. It will doesn't matter in which order you are specifying these. the classes. Yes, please. Yes, in this one. It means that I am saying that this will, if there's a conflict between the background color properties, which has been defined multiple times, then this will get the preference. Yeah, priority of that, you can say that. So as I showed you in the bootstrap file, the background color there is also defined as important. So we are trying to make this background property also as same importance as that one. If they are at the same level, then which one is defined later, that will be used. Clear? So now we want to make a few changes inside our nav bar. The reason is that we don't want all these things. So what, first of all, this everything that is inside the nav bar, that is inside this container, fluid container. Again, I'm just showing you that what is the meaning of that one, but you don't need to remember anything, you know. If not this one, if I just go into this one and div, so now you can see that this is my navigation bar. I apply some classes, and then everything inside the nav is actually inside this fluid container with a div style, div element with this style fluid container. Clear? And then I am putting this a. That a is actually representing the our brand on the logo. This one, you know, this one, or here, this one. So what I need to do, I just need to copy this file. So I just right click on that and save image as, and put that image where I want to put that one in the lab practice in the lab. So now I just want to make a new folder, call it is images, and inside the images I want to put that logo. So when I go back into my folder project, so now you can see the images folder, and inside we have the file. Clear? Okay. So I want to replace this nav bar text with this image source, and then say images and logo. And I will also try to, because if I don't do that and refresh my page here, then it will show me the image, but I want to reduce that size. So maybe I can say that the height is equal to 50 pixels. Still, it is a larger, but okay, we can live with that. Is it clear? So we have replaced our logo, number one thing. Then we have this toggle button. This toggle button is like this, you know, remember it also appear when I use small, after a specific, once the size of the screen has been reduced from a specific level, then it will appear. And when I click on that, it show me the navigation links and the things, okay, automatically. Okay, number one thing. The other thing that we need to understand here, if we look at this div, look, we have a button inside this nav bar. We have a div which contain everything, and then inside we have a hyperlink which is actually representing the brand. Then we have a button, and then we have another div which is actually tell that it is a collapsible navigation items. Collapsible, okay, nav bar collapse, and then we have given the id here. And if you look at this id, should be exactly the same as here, these two places. Look, navigation, nav bar supported content, nav bar supported content. If I just come down here and change the value, change this value, now this id is no longer present here in this HTML document. Save it and then go back and refresh my page. If I refresh my page, look, no, I just need to convert into a toggle button. Toggle button, I'm clicking on it, nothing is happening. Before it was happening. Why? Because it is going to trying to find that element with that specific ID which has been defined here. And it could not find that ID. Once it could not find that ID, it does not do what it is supposed to do. Understand? So if I just remove that one from here, so need to make sure that this ID and these values are exactly the same. Okay. When I do that again, and then I go back and show the, no, I need to refresh because I did not refresh my page. When I refresh it, it's working. Okay. So if you have made some changes in your code and it is not working, so try to refresh your page first and then check. Okay. Number one thing. So it is clear from this button, toggle button. And then we have a span of icons. So it actually leaves some space between that. And okay. Uh, Toggle navbar icons. Okay. Actually, this one is the icon that is represented over there inside that. We can change it as well if we want to. Okay, so now we talk about this one, this div, which is actually containing that the navigation items. So we have unordered list, navbar, me auto. Remember that if we make it mx auto, the things go into the center, and instead of the me auto and the mx auto. And if you want to find out more information, you can come down here and then write down mx dash auto, and then it will tell you that where the spacing and so on. Okay, so if you want some more information about anything, come to the documentation, type that thing, and it will give you some more information about that. So you can read it and then you can understand if you can't. Or you can ask me if I know the things, I will tell you. But remember, I'm not a person that know everything. It's the only God who know everything. It's not me. Okay. So sometime I know, sometime I don't know. So it is not always that I will be able to answer your questions. But anyway, so we have, now we are putting these. This is actually representing the item, which is here. The first item, second item, third item, fourth item, fifth item. So inside here we have first item, second item, third item, and then we have fourth item. Then we also have a form in which we can search something. So these are the things. And here I want to change that href because I want to open this index file whenever I click on that. I also want to open the index file whenever I click on the logo. So I need to go and change this thing as well, this href. So index, okay. So whenever I click on the logo, I should open this main page of the website. Again, the same is true for the home. We can change this thing, for example, home or page. When I save it, refresh it, it will change to page. We also say that I say home page. Okay, I can change it. It become home page. Why it is more whiter as compared to the rest of the links? The reason is that this part. For the other, I say just nav link, but here I also say it is active. So it is more brighter. It is more visible to the user. Is it clear? Okay. For the second, I want to open some other link. Okay. Uh, okay, here I say our, what you can say that this is our page. Maybe I will make a page uh, for the different colleges which exist in our. Okay, so I will say colleges, and I will make a file here which I will connect. Let me put it that file here. Okay, I say colleges.html. Right now there's nothing inside, so we don't need to worry about that. So I make sure that I will have that link. I don't want this navigation drop down menu, so remove that. Make sure that we are selecting the right things. So we are starting with list and then anything which is inside, remove it. Save it, refresh it. So now you can see that drop down menu gone. Okay, no problem. What else I want to remove from here or change it here? So we have a disabled link. I don't want to disable. So how I can this say I just remove this thing. Disabled is equal to true. No, I don't want to disabled, and disabled class styling. Now if I just go back here, it just look like this. When I refresh, it will become a normal again, yet I cannot click on it. Reason is that we have not provided the href here. And here I want to open the PSU website. So I can just simply go back here. This is my home page. I control C and put control V here, https colon slash 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 blah blah blah. And I want that it should be open in the new tab. How? Yes, we need to set up target property and set it to blank. When I do that, what will happen? Whenever I refresh my page, yes, okay, it is still showing me the disabled. Why? Because this one, but I want to show it PSU web website, for example. So now it's a PSU website. Okay, so when I click on that, it will open a new tab and open the PSU website. One, we are all done. And then I don't need this form as well, so I will just remove that form from the. So now if I look at my code, so now I don't have the form with the this one, and then we have these things. Is it all clear? Now let's go back into the colleges. Shift 1, press enter, and then here I say PSU colleges, and I just copy my whole navigation bar from here to here and put it here inside my. So I can have the same style. Okay, so let me go back here and then click on the home page. We are here. When I click on the college, it show me like this. Why? Again, I know that we need to link. So what I will do, I will just try to copy these links from the header of the index.html and put that here inside the this one. When I do that and come back and refresh my page, now you can see that when I click on the colleges, it will be there. When I there, the only thing is when I am on the colleges page, this should be active, not this one. Yeah. So I will go into the colleges page, and rather than making where is my links here, toggle button, we have the links here. Where is the links? Colleges and this one. So rather than making this active, I remove that from the here and then put it here in the colleges. When I do that and refresh my page, so now you can see that when I come here, this one is active. When I come here, this one is active. But I want whenever I bring my cursor on this PSU website, it turns red. Danger. Okay. Anyway, no, not danger. Or I would say green. Favorite thing. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to go into the style and then I say dot nav link. Okay, and then define a style, and then I say that when I become hover, so we are not defining for the nav link, but when we hover on that thing, then I say color become green, and the text decoration overline, not underline. Okay, save it, and then of course we need to make sure that we are applying that style on the where is my navigation bar here. So I just go back here in that here, and then I apply that style. So I say nav link. Yeah, nav link. The same thing we need to do inside the here as well. Nav link. So now we are applying the styles from the bootstrap as well as from our style that we have defined here. So if I refresh it, look, when I bring it here, it turns into green underline overline. Here, overline. So all good. So when I click on it, of course, it will open the PSU website in the new tab. All good? Yes. Any questions? So that's for today, and we will continue our discussion on next in next class.